Greco-Roman Wrestling in America, you know, we've kind of lost, I think, a lot of the support that we've had. I think after my match in Sydney, we brought a lot of, you know, notoriety to it. Randy Couture being a UFC fighter, you know, champion, being a Greco wrestler. You know, people, a lot of guys talk about, you know, UFC, they talk about Greco wrestling, and that's just kind of one of the things that naturally happens. And if you look at where we're at and what we need to do, the steps we need to take, I think we need kind of a grassroots foundation where we get the athletes that want to compete in it, we recruit the athletes that want to compete in it, we got to get the financing to be able to help the athletes to continue to compete, and then also call the athletes out on success, failures, you know, being ready to wrestle at that top level. I watch guys like here at Dubuque, and, you know, I watched Dennis Hall become a world champion and, you know, Olympic silver medalist. Dennis Hall took grief from nobody. He backed down from nobody, and that's the American style of Greco, and that's what I expect, and I know that's what every one of us, you know, world medalist and anybody that loves Greco in America, that's what we expect out of our next generation, is only the best, and we're gonna find those athletes, and we're gonna train them, we're gonna get the financing. That's why we're trying to change this sport. That's why things are happening here in Dubuque. That's why Randy is doing the things he's doing, trying to develop and continue to build Greco in America. We're looking for athletes, we're looking for coaches, we're looking for people to be engaged in the sport and continue to give back to the sport. Fellow, you know, Greco-Roman wrestlers, people who never wrestled Greco, get your kids, you know, indoctrinated to it, showing them what it's about and showing them, you know, the history from the Greeks and the Romans. I walked in Athens in 2004. I walked out there with thousands of years in history and, you know, millions of wrestlers from all over the world that have walked out on that mat. And I took that with me, and it meant so much. And there's nothing like walking off that mat and being a medalist at the Olympics or being a world champion and knowing that the best and the only three letters that matter besides God is USA. When I knew that country, that tournament, that whatever knew I was the baddest ass wrestler in the world, those three letters are the reason I did it. It's for the United States of America and representing Greco.